Well, greetings YouTube. This is a video featuring me, Marshall Elstead. I haven't made one in a while because I've been a very busy man. So I have notes to cover myself here. Hopefully my head doesn't get out of the light or whatever. But because I have 4 separate things to talk about, I'm going to do them as quickly as possible. Okay, so number 1, go. The first one that I missed a while back was top 5 movies. Not the first one, but you know what I mean. The first one I missed was top 5 movies. And so I'm trying to think about movies I really, really like that are really, really awesome and that, all those blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know. So these movies are really, really good that I could watch over and over and over again. That was kind of my criteria. Yeah, I would find new things and new enjoyment out of every time I watched it. And these aren't, the top 5 are the top 5, but among them they're not necessarily in order. My first one is Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I guarantee you none of you have heard of this movie. But it's really old, it's like 1940s, and it's very, very political, which I like. And it's a nice message about, how basically the Senate can get really corrupt when they just want to spend money on something that will help them and not the people. And this guy named Jefferson Smith comes in and he totally dominates the whole Senate, and he says, do it for the kids and stuff, do it for your voters, and so it's really good. He has an awesome speech that could be used for any monologue that he has an epic monologue. My second movie is Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. I think there's just I think there are some really good values taught in that movie. And I've always liked Marvel superheroes. I think they're awesome, and Stan Lee's awesome, and he's always in his movies, which I find funny. And yeah, that's a movie I could watch over and over again, and there's some good lines from that movie. Not with great power comes great responsibility. I like that line, but it's overused. I think there are a lot of better lines. Big Fish is my number 3. That's Tim Burton. I love anything he does, as Colton said in his video. We're homies. We see eye to eye on that. But yeah, pretty much anything Tim Burton comes out with, I will watch, and I will watch it 900,000 million billion times. Because he's just great at what he does. Every time he comes out with something, it's just awesome. Big Fish, I mean, the father-son relationship and just the settings and the characters, the whole movie is just so fascinating. Number 4 is Pulp Fiction by Quentin Tarantino. Again, Quentin Tarantino, when I made up the list, I kind of thought of directors that I liked. So Quentin Tarantino, I love pretty much anything he does. He's very weird. He's very odd, kind of like Tim Burton, but in a different, more violent way. A little more creepy, but Pulp Fiction is an excellent movie, and the storyline is just, the storyline is it's just so, the characters have their own moral code. It's like they're all shady characters, but among their shadiness, they have their own set of morals. Like, if you like, kind of like how prisoners, like, the murderers are one type of people, and the rapists are like, oh, you suck, kind of thing, so it's interesting. And then my 5th and final movie on the list is Minority Report. Again, Steven Spielberg. He's really, really good. Minority Report is about a futuristic society where they have a pre-crime department, and they arrest you for crimes that you're going to do. And has a message that resonates with now, because they're kind of already starting to do that sort of thing now. And so it's kind of a movie, kind of like 1984, or one of those movies that kind of predicts something that was ahead of its time. So that's my movies. Yeah, fancy meeting me on my bed here. Well, moving on to the next topic, and I'm trying to maintain my speed here, is 3 people that you'd like to have dinner with, and have a nice little chit-chat. I assume you wouldn't sit there and just eat your dinner and not talk about anything, especially if it's with these 3 people that I'm going to mention. My first one, yeah, I know it's a little obvious, but I would totally want to have dinner with Jesus, because first of all, he'd be like, turning crap into other crap. Like, all of a sudden I'd be eating chicken and I'd be eating something else. I think it'd be pretty cool, turning water into wine all over the place, and then, it'd be pretty awesome. And I don't know, I think he'd be a pretty cool guy to talk about. He's supposedly really, really smart, so he'd know a lot of crap about a lot of crap, and that'd be cool. Answer all of life mysteries and stuff. I kind of be talking to God, so it's a little cool. And so then my next person is Thomas Jefferson, because he is the greatest man in politics that has ever lived, and he built the basis for the greatest political economic system ever made. And you ever read the Declaration of Independence? Genius. It's a great work of literature, and I love it, and I love him, and I'd love to talk to him about everything that I like. So yeah, and my final one I would love to have at least one more opportunity to have dinner and chat with my godfather, Marty, who is no longer on this earth, but he was a really smart man, and I would love to speak with him again. That'd be awesome. And I'd be old enough so we'd have a more intelligent conversation than when I could when I was younger. So that'd be cool. And yeah, that's that topic. Done. All right. So now my next topic, while Colin does his work here, is remembering what happened or where you were on September 11th, 2001. That was interesting for me because I think my brother and I slept downstairs. I don't know why, in this little so there's a big bed down there. There's a bedroom, and so I was still asleep. My brother comes running in, and he says, Marshall, you gotta wake up! New York is on fire! So I had this image in my head that all of the buildings in New York City were on fire. The entire city, the whole city, like the whole thing. So I come running in, and it doesn't downplay the seriousness of what happened, but it was completely different from what happened because I come in and the World Trade Center is smoking and on fire, and I'm like, that doesn't look like the whole city. So it was different. And so then, the events developed and we found out what happened, and I was just kind of like, whoa. Like, for me, I was just kind of weirded out, kind of like, I didn't think it was real. And yeah. And I'm not going to say too much about it because I have some pretty controversial theories on that whole thing. But as far as my memory of the event itself, yeah, I didn't think it was real. It was very it was haunting. It was creepy in a way. Hey guys! That's my final topic in one of my favorite resting areas of the day and the night. Okay, so the final, the new topic that I'm catching up with is what are some possible names that you would like to have for your children, your offspring? I want to be parallel. I thought of 2 girl names and 2 guy names that I like for different reasons. I want to name one of my daughters Liberty because I really like liberty. It's something that I enjoy and I agree with, and I think everybody should have. Now, not everyone should have my daughter. Yeah, I really like the name Chloe too. I don't know why. It just has a nice Chloe. It's short and it's powerful, kind of thing. But it's still nice. Call her Chloe. So she can go do whatever. She'd be awesome. And then I like Henry. Again for a political reason because Patrick Henry was an awesome dude. He was the give me liberty, give me death guy. So he was pretty awesome. And I like the name Henry for a guy. It just has it's simple enough. So it has this weird spelling or whatever. But yeah, I just like it. I don't know. And then another one. Oh, of course. I think even more than Henry, I want to name one of my sons Marty. Especially, like I said in my previous video, he was a man that I loved, and I really respected him for his genius. And I think that's just a name that I want to pass down. I hope that my son would be as great and as smart and as kind as Marty. So that's definitely a name I want to name something. Yeah, that's the name I want to give to my son. So. Yeah, those are the 4 names that I can think of, and those are my babies. Bye. Bye now. Bye-bye.